Greetings, wise ones. This is Melissa of 8th House Wisdom, author, psychotherapist, astrologer, feminine energy, and stellar planning expert. I am here with the video to close out Lunar Year 2022 and 2023 with the Cancer Wolf full moon. This is energy that is carrying us over from the last calendar year and will be the final full moon in the 13 moon sequence of the 2022 lunar year. If you'd like to learn more about how to use this energy, stay tuned for the rest of the video. I am so happy to be recording this video as we have reached the end of not only the calendar year, but the lunar year, because the calendar year is based on solar energy, our masculine self. But as a feminine energy expert, the end of the lunar year is a period of time to mark the end of all that we collected emotionally throughout 2022. And it's been quite a year, especially since it was pandemic light, and many of us spent time trying to make up for what we weren't able to do in the previous 2 years. At 6:08 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the moon will reach its peak. And that will end the water tiger lunar year. Also, and that's how it's referred to in Chinese, Vietnamese, and other Asian cultures that celebrate Spring Festival and a lunar year. Remember that Cancer and Capricorn are the mother and the father of the zodiac. They make up the axis of the 4th and the 10th houses, so that's home, roots, your ancestors, and then Capricorn energy, 10th at the top of the chart, is the father, your career and public face, your highest potential. So this is a really dynamic way to end the lunar year, and prepare for Lunar New Year. It gives more of a nurturing tone, and because it's a full moon, it is calling us to release and forgive, especially when it comes to inner masculine wounds, things that have happened in the outer world, blows to our public image, our career, any of those things related to Capricorn energy and essence. Also surrounding this full moon is the fact that Venus moved into Aquarius on January 2nd, which gives us a bit more futuristic vibes when it comes to money and love and attraction. Aquarius brings in communities and friends and technology. We have the potential with this Cancer full moon to really experience a radiating warmth and compassion. We also have the opportunity to release any emotional dregs or baggage that we've accumulated in 2022 this particular time to let it go and to free and open ourselves up for the Lunar New Year that's coming on the 21st or the 22nd of January, depending upon where you are. Remember that there is a strong tone right now for balancing masculine and feminine energy. This is not a gendered discussion. This is a discussion of energies. Masculine energy for me is doing energy. Feminine energy is being energy. Masculine energy moves towards what it wants. Feminine energy receives what it wants. And each human being, regardless of gender or whether you are non-binary, has both of these energetic features and factors within them. In Eastern context, it is referred to as yin and yang, and that may have less controversial overtones, but it is still the same concept. And notice that within the yin and yang symbol, within the white circle that is the yang energy, there is a dot of the yin, which of darkness, which is the feminine. And in the feminine yin energy, or the receiving yin energy, there is a dot of light or masculine doing energy. And that is also to remind us that this duality, which I consider to be linked to the law of polarity or duality, however you slice it, cannot be created or destroyed. It always exists. So during the start of winter and during the start of summer, this in the northern hemispheres particularly, and that would be the inverse in the southern hemisphere, we are being invited by the natural cycles to take on looking at these factors in our own life to see how they're working out and what we need to do to bring them into balance. Now, of course, we still have Uranus, the planet of revolution, and Mars, the planet of energy and drive, plus Mercury, the planet of communication, day-to-day travel, and thinking in retrograde motion. So it definitely adds layers to what we would be pulling from the well and what we need to release as we work with this full moon energy. But this is a great time for us to embody the Cancer motto of I nurture, to attend to things related to our roots, our home, our ancestors. Focus on home and hearth and environment. Pay attention to your dreams, your intuition, and your gut feelings. Focusing on family relationships and ancestral connections. That's gonna be central. Checking in on some of the blocks or the limits that you have within your family and ancestors to make a new start. I started the new year off doing some very difficult family healing work with siblings and making adjustments to the way that things look in my life in order to honor myself, in order to nurture me, show my level of personal dedication to self, to feeling the way that I wanted to. I have also, within the past 2 months, experienced tremendous healing with both my mother and father, and we were already in good places. But seeing them move deeper into their space. This is the power of following natural cycles. It's also one of the ways in which the lunar wisdom formula is applied to your life, even if you're not intentionally applying it. As we moved into Capricorn season, these energies were coming about. So much so that literally on the day of the Capricorn new moon, I had some significant breakthroughs. That is the entry point into this full moon here. So whether you are intentionally applying the lunar wisdom formula or not, know that because we live in a natural world with repeated cycles that pull through energy, you will always get and receive what you need. It will always come to you, and the sense of timing that shows up, that's what we need to roll with. If my understanding or my plans differ from what shows up, I have come to learn as a therapist, as a coach, as an astrologer, that it is me who needs to pivot, because the cycles have been baked in for eons, and they plan to continue as they always have. It is our job to figure out what best to do with that energy so that we can sync up with it and get in flow instead of getting dragged. I talked a little earlier about the fact that you have 13 moons in a lunar year, and that January 1st to December 31st is a solar-based calendar. That's why this final moon for the 2022 year is happening across the date line and the year line of 2022 and 2023. This moon moves about, and it can usually happen anywhere between the zodiac seasons of Capricorn and Aquarius. For sure, it always follows the December solstice, which in the northern hemisphere is the shortest day and the longest night of the year, and the beginning of winter. Remember that if you are a Cancer or Capricorn sun, moon, or rising, you will be greatly impacted by this lunation. It's a time where you can expect issues around family, career, and the mother and father to come up. For me, this moon is activating my second house of personal wealth and finances, and I look forward to great returns for the things that I set forth on or around the summer solstice and the Cancer new moon. This is when you should look to see completions coming up as well, which runs the dates between June 21st and June 23rd of 2022. This full moon is the best full moon for you to engage in radical self-care, nurturing, and releasing. Use the energy of the bright light of the full moon and its waning down to dark moon over the next 2 weeks to, again, release anything that you do not want to carry into the Lunar New Year. We have really double water influence, since Cancer is a water sign and the moon is a feminine or watery satellite, not planet. Also, Cancer is ruled by the moon. So our intuition is going to be on an all-time high. Pay attention to gut feelings that you get because Cancer rules the breast and the stomach. Nourish yourself and realize that this energy is helping us to nourish the fertile earth that Capricorn season creates and reveals when we get to Taurus season. Because right now things look barren, but it is this reaping and watering and releasing that allows us to have such a beautiful spring when that time comes. Remember also that this is not a time to cling to things, especially things that seem like they were a good idea during the holiday season, because we've been under retrograde influence. Full moons are for releasing. This full moon will support a great level of emotional detox. And in honor of that, I will be launching my 2023 through 2024 Lunar Self-Care Challenge, which will be powered by the Lunar Wisdom Formula for Beauty and Self-Care. And that will be starting on the 8th after we have moved beyond the full moon energy. I want to support people in using the waning cycle of the moon to release all that they need to around 2022 to be able to fully step into 2023 once we have reached the Lunar New Year and the other planets have gone direct, really giving us the true energy signature for moving forward. This lunar challenge is free. If you're interested, just make sure you head over to my website and sign up for my newsletter, and you will be able to get information every day about the lunar report and about guided activities for self-care related to the lunar phase and the lunar sign that we are in. To close out this video and really help you think about what it is that we want to focus on as we take care of our soul and our home. Take care of your physical home and take care of your soul and your body, which is the home for your soul. Remember, you are a soul. You have a body. And so some reflective questions to help you release that which does not serve you during this new moon are: what's arising within? What signs of growth and thriving are evident within you and around you? Are there any conflicts or disconnections that require your care and consideration? If you are truly making happiness and your overall well-being and a top priority, what would you do differently? How can you start that now? If you have to identify your current deepest insecurities, what would they be? And then visualize the best case scenario for each happening in real time. And finally, how can you set up your home and personal life to support the kind of goals that you want to achieve in 2023? These are all really important things to think about. No matter how you slice it, the goal here is to release, relax, relate, release, for anybody who's old school and watched A Different World. Let go, and this is what will most serve us moving ahead. I hope that you've received something useful from this. If you want to know how to apply the Lunar Wisdom Formula in your own life, digging into what area of your chart is being activated and how to best make use of this information, grab the updated copy of my DIY book, The Lunar Wisdom Formula, which digs deep into working with and manifesting by the moon. It will help you to be able to track this natural cycle throughout the year and make the best of the wisdom that the new or full moon is sending you at a given time. And of course, since we are prepping for this Lunar Self-Care Challenge, the companion to the Lunar Wisdom Formula is the Lunar Wisdom Formula for Beauty and Self-Care. I recognize that as busy people, especially busy women, self-care is oftentimes difficult to schedule. It's why I try to work with it from a stellar planning perspective. The moon gives us the greatest indicator of how we feel and what will work best for us to nourish ourselves and our homes, as well as our body, the home for our soul. Lining up your self-care to the moon will allow you to get the biggest bang for your buck, especially as busy women and professionals who don't have as much time as we would like to dedicate to these things. When you get a massage, when you cut your hair, when you decide to do all of these things makes a difference. It's really important to the way that the self-care actually feels. So, I hope that you will join me in this Lunar Self-Care Challenge and grab a copy of the Lunar Wisdom Formula for Beauty and Self-Care so you can get the most out of that process. In order to do that, you're going to need a copy of your birth chart. So head over to my website and get a free copy of your birth chart. That will let you know where all the houses are, where every sign of the zodiac is placed on your unique map of the sky, your stellar birthright, and will allow you to better apply this information going forward for your highest good. And of course, full moons are the perfect time to release as well as to charge our crystals. So, you know I'm a crystal lover and recommend them highly. Put your crystals out on the full moon to charge or cleanse them. And if you're looking for any new crystals, make sure to click the link in the description below so that you can get your own ethically sourced, high quality crystals and use my code 8th House Wisdom for 11% off of your purchase. It's still just the first week of January, and for any of you who missed my Stellar Planning for 2023 workshop, which helps you to learn how to triple your manifestations in the new year with astrology, check the description for the link to catch that video and get a deep dive into understanding the basics of this year for astrology and how to use stellar planning for your best year yet. And of course, if you're going to stellar plan, you will also need a copy of the 2023 Stellar Year Blueprint. This is my free love offering to all of my wise ones each year so that you can stay in the know, because astrology should be democratized and everyone should know what the energy is, because everybody has a calendar. And I want you to thrive and triple your blessings. If you would like a higher touch of support, which digs deeper into the energy of the new year and has guidance, as well as is paired with 2 highly rated goal setting and new year planning processes, then join me for the 2023 Stellar Year Blueprint with Free and Clear and the Desire Map. The 19 multimedia lessons plus tools and resources will help you to live a stellar 2023 and beyond. Link is in the description to check out my course. I'd love to see you there. I hope that this has helped you to gain insight into what is coming for us in the next 2 weeks and for the January 6th Cancer full moon. May your hearts be full. May your intuition be on point. And may you release all that is unwanted to call in new blessings for Lunar New Year 2023 of the Water Rabbit. Remember, wise ones, life does come with an instruction manual. It is written in the stars. Until my next video, sending you lots of light and love. Take care.